Hey, Randy, super fast because I know you're tied up with stuff. So I'm just gonna go over these two quick trades that I'm doing because they're really, really easy. Um, so I don't have not a lot to think about. So this this trade I've done basically a version of it every week since I started doing this, and I've won every single time, and it's been really, really easy, and it might even be easier once the micro futures come out. So, but otherwise, it's still easy. I'm doing it with the SPY right now, SPY and the MES. But that being said, all it is it starts like this. I started over here, and it bounces around, and I have a whole chart that I don't want to. It probably looks all complicated, but it's really not. It's just basically every time you get in, like you set 2 points where you take action. If nothing happens, you make money. So that point right there was where I had to get into a long MES, and then once I'm in there, I'm gonna either get knocked out, or I'm gonna exit here and profit, or I'm gonna stay in the middle. So you just set 2 points. The whole thing takes just a few minutes. I mean, and I wouldn't, it took longer to draw this chart than it does to do the trading. I wouldn't, when we do that, I don't need the chart. I just need it to kind of explain it and to document it. But eventually, I won't. So it's not. See, it would be $282 in profit if I didn't even do anything. But it could have run off the edge. You could be in loss. So you never know. So you can't do it that way. So when it started out around here, and I just took action. When it was here, and then it moved, and it starts to move. Actually, so if you look at this, all of this right now adds up to $102 in loss. But it prevents me from. I was never in a point where I was ever in any loss. I mean, a few dollars, but it's basically goes back and forth, and you just keep it in the middle. It's easy, it's not a wild ride. So over and over and over, I'm doing this, and I really like it. So I'm going to keep doing it, But just wanted to show you that. So it's another. So now how I decide, you see, it says 311 max by the end of the day. So if it moves over here or moves over there, I might change the delta. See, the delta is there at -2. So right now, if I wanted to, I could put on another one of these. And, okay, if I could look at the delta now, if I put this on, it would go from -2 to positive, -2.5 to positive 2.5. Right? Just about, right? And so which, right now there's no real reason to do it. But when it gets to maybe 4, when it gets to about 4, I flip it so it goes to 1. But what happens is once this potential, this pink line is so close to the cyan line, and there's no more potential left, you just get out. So if this really starts to run one way or the other, I'll either, if it starts to go up a little bit more, like let's see, like you see right there, about just not much more. If it were to go up to just 3 or 4 more points, I'm going to get in this and flatten it out. And once it's there, I'll probably just stay there until either it goes here or there. If it moves to there or there, I'll just get out. I'm just going to exit with my profit. So, because it's a race now. There's $150 in theta, and there's only 7 hours left. So, I'm either going to probably get knocked back down to 140, 150 by the time I get out, or if it doesn't make much of a move, I'll get it up to 230, 240, 250, something like that. If it just stays in place. That's the whole trade. It's really easy. There's nothing that, you can do it with automated orders and everything. So it's nothing. So anyway, I'm just waiting to see. So if this goes up to 3368, I'll probably get in one more. If it doesn't, I'll just wait, and that's it. Okay, Ryan's trade. This is your version of Ryan's trade. So that's it right now. I had that big huge thing, and it would be $16 in loss, and gonna make maybe $32 if the volatility collapsed. So sorry, that's not it. That's it. $29 in loss, and it's already, and it's gonna lose. because the volatility all collapsed and it was huge and full like before, like we like it. So, to me, I want to hear what you have to say, but to me, it's not working. I mean, maybe he has another trade, or we have to use further out expirations or something. I don't know. So I don't know how, maybe you go 2 weeks instead or something. I don't know. I was thinking about that. Maybe doing the whole thing with much further out expirations, and then just taking them. Like if you did it with 4 weeks to expiration instead of, would it work? I don't even know if it would work. But if it did, could you then just get out after a week or two and take some of the profit? But I'll look at that. But in the meantime, my solution is to sell these, to put these things on. I put them on yesterday at this point, so most of the volatility had already bled out of it. So I put this on, and I put this on, and it was like that, and I had to decide what to do. So I actually opted to see that I had credit there. When I started the trade, I had I had $17 in loss. Did it on purpose and let me put this up a little bit higher. So then I put these on to like prop that up, and that was probably a good move, and I could have just left it like that. But this was looking a little saggy to me, and I was like, and is it really going to fall that hard down there? And do I care? So I decided to put this on, and that as a debit, and that lowered that, but it propped this up where it's likely to be. And so, but down here you could see, look, you have $1,120, $1,200 loss, $1,300 loss. That thing goes way down here, so I'm not doing that. So if it goes up to 33.9, if it goes up to here, I would just get into one MES. And so if it's like this, and you go to 339, up, which is up there, that's when I would get into that. So I would be $100 in loss. That happened right now, and that's where I would be here, and I would just get in like that, and then just play this out. If it backs up, you get out of this. If it goes forward, you stay in this, and it would have to go past this, which is really unlikely by today. And even if it did, you could put in a second MES, or you wouldn't lose very much, or whatever. So it would have to go up like in the next few hours. It would have to go all the way. Let's see. It would have to go through it and go all the way to 3. Let's see. If I wanted to lose, if I lost more than to lose $200, got me doing 342. So is it going to go from? It has to go up, 6 points in the next 7 hours. I mean, on the SPY, it doesn't seem likely, right? So okay, so that's all. If it starts to really fall, maybe I would do something and prop that up right at the last minute. But this is the trade. This is my tweaking Ryan's trade to make it actually work. But maybe I'm sure he has other trades that do work, or whatever. Or I want to talk to you about it, basically. Okay.